coming to you live from Mount Major. This is Fun with Fantasy. Live, taking this show on the road. Interesting dynamic, I know. On the road, hike, Mount Major. Yeah, that's how I do this show now. Everyone wanted me to go live. Everyone wants to know what I'm doing during the weekends, so here it is. Just a casual hike, foliage, huge foliage weekend, crushing the foal. That's what us New Hampshireites call foliage, the foal. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Just walked past the hiker. He knew what was up. He knew it was fun with fantasy time. Got 3 dogs with me. So last week, I got a lot of shit from the missus for bashing her company. I mean, it was inevitable. I told her to go screw. You know, I can bash whoever I want. And I chose to bash Exponent, and I'm not changing my opinion. So this week, Fun with Fantasy is brought to you by Exponent. Great company. They'll do anything you want. Hold up. My dogs are barking at someone. Be right back. All right, we're back. I had to tend to the dogs. They were barking at some homeless guy. Back to Exponent. Great company. If you need anything proved, anything at all, they will find the science behind. So use Exponent for all your needs. Call them up. They're great to work with. So that's the host of Fun with Fantasy this week. So as I said, took a show on the road. Still live. Found a nice place up at Mount Major to settle down. It got a little loud. So we're still on Mount Major. Let's get right into it. Let's see. I want to get into the first sector this week. Skip the review. Get into everyone's favorite sector, Commish Bitch. Everyone knows what I'm going to bitch about. In this day and age, how do you not set your lineup? I mean, you literally have everything at your disposal. You've got a phone. You got an iPad. Like some people, you have an iWatch. A computer. You ever heard of it? I mean, you have the entire week to set your lineup. And we still have managers that literally left that spot with no one. I see someone goes out. Like we had a team that played a player that just didn't play at all. Real rookie move. Expect that from that manager. It was Monday night. Don't want to say names. Jeez. Don't want to say any names. How do you just not even put a player on there? I can see if you make a trade right before and that player from your lineup goes to another team and you forgot to put him back in. I mean, Mike Green's never made it. Sorry, don't want to say names. Never made a trade in his life. So that wasn't it. If you're dropping players from your starting lineup for waiver picks, you need to rethink your lineup. If you're dropping players that you started the week before, that's just banana land. I mean, I'm just baffled by that. I expect more from this league, but you guys always cease to amaze me. Maybe I'll forgive him someday. We'll see. Let's get into it. I got murdered again. Per usual. I feel like this is the 8th time it's happened this year. It's high score of the week. I happen to play him every week. Who am I playing next week? Probably playing Shane. He'll get the high score. I mean, it's just brutal. By the way, quick fun fact. I have the most points against. Just saying. Unlucky. Shane loses again. He got very close to his historic 40-point week one time, but he got 60, so yeah, 50% more. I mean, yeah, he got close. He's getting there. He's teasing us a little bit. We want more for Shane. We want more of you. PJ loses, which is good. Lost to a hot team. Wait a second, text coming through. On top of Mount Major. Barely any service, so this is important. Okay, back. Mike Green's hot. He even didn't have a running back, still won. Risky move by Mike, but it paid off. I got a text from Mike earlier in the week. Let me read the text. Like I said, don't have much service, so we'll see if I can get the text message. Mike texted me on Thursday at 3:30 and said, "Please go easy on Fun with Fantasy this week. I'm really sorry that I let everyone down." He's such a puss. He's such a girl. Jared continues to spiral, but he made a new trade. Hopefully this totally takes him to the next level. You never know. It may. What is that noise? That's the fun fact of the day. So, fun fact of the day, coming from our beat machine on top of Mount Major. Worst record to make the playoffs is 5-8, and he actually won it all. That team, 5-8, won it all. Most teams that make the playoffs are at least 6-7, but they usually go to tiebreaker rules. And we've never had a team that won 7 games that didn't make the playoffs. Just all you gotta do is get to 7. That's what everyone says. Get to 7. Big number. Ross continues to dominate. Brett's team is just crumbling. He doesn't realize it, but he even has the second best player in the league and still just crumbling. But Ross continues to roll. Let's get back to our sectors. I kind of messed it up a little bit, but let's roll back. Another text. Patriots win. No, Patriots don't win on Mount Major. Haven't played yet. Let's see. Twitter hate. This is at Jimmy G is hot 131. When I saw your team didn't have a running back, I thought you died because you didn't set your lineup. I was bummed when I found out you were alive. Ugh. We all were. We all were. This one is Bad at Trades 2016. Keith, you are the kind of guy that doesn't use ketchup on his eggs. You guys, you got to go easy on my managers. They're sensitive guys, so take it easy on them, all right? Let's reel them back a little bit. Superlatives, team most likely to use an invisible player over a real one. This is obvious. Mike Green. I mean, congratulations. He's gotten a couple superlatives this year. He's really working it. Good job, Mike. Starting a new segment, totally different from last week's Flamethrower Talks Finances. Let's go into money management with a man. This one is from Gason Dexterson. I got 2 weeks out of a player that I spent $8 on. Now he is hurt. Has 1 carry in the last 3 weeks. Should I have made that move? Well, Jason, this one's a tough one. This one's pretty tough because $8 doesn't seem like a lot, but could have gotten you some players like Doug Baldwin or Spencer Ware, Christine Michael, Emmanuel Sanders, Larry Fitzgerald, Isaiah Crowell, Michael Crabtree. I don't know if those players were less than 8. I'm going off the cusp. I don't know. Maybe guessed. See, that's what you get with Fun with Fantasy. You just get live guests. You never know when they're going to pop in. On Mount Major still. So, all those players could have been less than $8. I don't know, but you may have wanted one of those instead of a backup. But if you're going for backups, then Gason, then you picked a great backup. If you're trying to make your team of backups. So, congrats. New segment, completely original, never done before. Manager power rankings, only doing top 2, bottom 2. Pulled all the NFL managers in the league. They went through the rankings. Top 2 goes to Keith and Ross Simpson still. Ross just a regular on the top 2. Pinto came out of nowhere, posted high score of the year. Dominated. I happen to play him. Whatever. Not bitter. Beat me last year in the playoffs. Still not bitter. Worst 2, Shane. Brutal. And Sean finds himself back on the bottom 2. He got out for a week, found himself back. So last week I promised you a guest that I promised you the week before. Still can't book her. She's swamped. It's Lana the Golden Receiver. Get it? Or AKA the Roto Retriever. Get it? Book solid. Can't even get her to come on. When I get her, she's going to be electric. Don't worry. So, next week, though, I've got something coming in hot. It's a new thing Jason wanted me to do. He wants me to read his wedding vows. So, stay tuned. I'll be reading Jason's wedding vows. Sneak peek into the wedding. So, join me every Sunday. Fun with Fantasy. On Top of Mount Major. Who knows where I'll be next week? Who knows? I'm taking the show on the road, like everyone asked. Have a good one.